Welcome back to Breakfast with Bob from .tev Challenge Roth, powered by HEP. My name is Bob Babbitt, brought to you by Master Spas, SFuels Go Longer, HOKA Let's Fly, Form Smart for Goggles, Zoot Sports, original triathlon brand, Premium Plus Sports, our Challenge Athletes Foundation, and we have the best accordion player in the world, Mr. Rainer. Thank you, Rainer. Our next guest, Mr. Pieter Heemeryck, and we were chatting a little bit before about that classic race, the World Championships, 70.3, 2018. You were there when Jan Frodeno ran 106 and Alistair Brownlee went 107.
I'm not was running 106 that day.
And Javier Gomez was running 108, and Ben Knut was fourth, and you were a fifth.
Fifth, yes. It was, I think, on that moment, my breakthrough race. And on that moment, I still was also a teacher, combining it with the sport.
Yes.
And yeah, I think 2 or 3 months later, I was becoming a full-time professional athlete. So for me, it was my last big race as a teacher, and yeah, a new part of becoming a professional athlete.
Did you surprise yourself that day, just being? I mean, obviously that was a great field, but to be in fifth place in that field is...
It was a surprise, yes, but yeah, the cool thing was like the names you now said was like, whoa, I'm racing with the big guys of our sport.
Yes.
And for me, it was what I always said, like, it were always my idols, those names.
Yes.
And on that moment, I had the feeling like, oh, I'm racing with my idols, but now they're also my rivals. And yeah, it was such a fun race. And yeah, I was talking about like last week again, like one day I will go back to that city for another race there. And yeah, I think maybe next year, because I love the city there. And yeah, good memories.
That is so cool. And after turning pro, did it change after that race and then deciding that I'm going to leave teaching? Was that scary to leave your job?
Yes and no. First year was no problem because I had very good results, and then I had lost something like I went from good result to good result, and there was not something that I had the time to think about like what I was missing to leaving my job as a teacher. But yeah, I don't have to talk about the COVID thing. It was not good to have that period in. Yeah, I only was my second year as a professional then.
Right.
So it was very difficult to to find then the balance between doing the sports, and then yeah, I think about like, oh, maybe it was better to stay just like a teacher. But no, I'm now back on the moment that I'm thinking about like this professional athlete is something that is not it's not something you are going to do 20, 30 years. I'm now on a moment that I'm 33.
Yes.
We've got cool guys like Jan Frodeno. He was getting 42.
Yes.
He's still racing.
Yes.
For me, it's also something like I'm looking forward like those guys like, oh, he's almost 42 and he's still racing like
at a high level.
High level. That's something that I'm also like striving to. I want to end my career at the end of 43, 44. But you know, but that's something that I'm now looking forward to. Is just like enjoying the professional life. And afterwards, I will go back to school, 100%.
You'll go back to teaching?
No, 100%.
So, Samarin, which year was that when you're racing Samarin?
I think when I lost from Sebi?
Yes.
2019.
That was 2019?
Yeah, first year that I was professional. So,
right. First year, and so Sebastian, he ran 111?
He passed me at the 20k mark, so I think I was leading the race already from early in the bike.
Yes.
And I think that race I looked 100 times in the back, like where are the guys? Where is everybody? Because I wasn't ready yet on that moment to be, mentally ready to win the race. And I honestly think when I look back to that race, I think if I would do the race now with with all the races I now have done, I would have done it on another way, and maybe I would have won it. But no, I don't.
But you learned from that.
I learned from it.
Learned because,
and I have to be honest, Sebi passed me, and I was like, yeah, Sebi, you can go.
Because
for me, Sebi was one of the guys. Like, yeah, he was one of, I always say like Sebi is my idol from when I started triathlon.
Yes.
I looked to Sebi is racing, and I was following him.
Right.
So for me it was like, okay, to Sebi, you can go.
It was
and
okay.
I was happy with second.
Yes.
But and that's the cool thing now. Like I raced now 3 weeks ago in Hamburg, the Ironman, and yeah, I had a good result there. And now I was like, okay, I've got my slot for the World Championship. And then it was like, oh, now I can go to Challenge Roth. Racing Sebi's last full distance in Germany. So for me, it's also like a little bit like finishing a story, because I started triathlon
with Sebi.
Seeing Sebi. Okay, we got also like the Belgian guys like Luc, Frederick. But when I started triathlon, it was like the images from racing Sebi racing 70.3 worlds.
Yes.
That he was passing guys like the others were riding 30 kilometers an hour and he was riding 60. So that were the moments that I had something like, whoa, this is a cool sport. And this is a guy that I look forward up, and yeah, so now for me it's also a little bit special that I now have the possibility to finish Sebi's last full distance, I think, in Germany, on home soil. So yeah, special.
You know, it's interesting you say that, because I think you sort of learn over time how to win. Early on you don't maybe respect yourself as much as other people's respect you. Did you find that? When did you finally feel like I am ready to win?
Not yet.
Still not yet.
That's the problem. I had a very difficult 2021, 2022 also. I had a crash at the end of 2020, and I had like I struggled with my body. Like I couldn't find the balance anymore. Like, yeah, it was also like the body wasn't function perfectly like I wanted. And then yeah, it's a combination with your mental. And I had the problem that I think 2019 I stopped from 10 starts. I think 8 did not finish.
I was looking at the GNFs.
Yeah, you only will find did not finishes, and I had like a lot of people.
Was it injuries?
Yeah, injuries and mentally.
Okay.
Because like you stop and you learn how to stop. So once you learn how to stop, it's easy to say during a race, I will stop, because you know how to do it.
Right.
But now I'm back on the moment that I'm racing again, like till the finish line. It doesn't matter if I got 8th place, 5th place, 4th place, but I learned back again that I have to be happy with the place on that day. And yeah, that's something that worked now the last couple of months.
Right.
And so yeah.
So the race you just had at Hamburg, getting 2nd place, and 46-minute swim and 4-hour bike, 2:37 marathon, 7:31. That has to be something that meant a lot to you.
It meant a lot for me, also because of course it's not always that you can beat Jan.
Yes.
But it also was like, yeah, I'm back.
Right.
Like in 2018 to 2019, I really had very good results that I was thinking like, oh, I'm one of the guys who is racing for the good results. Mm-hmm. But I lost it in 2020, 2021.
What happened?
Really lost it. Yeah, because of the crash and the mentally part. I really forgot how to...
Talk a little bit about the crash. What happened?
Yeah, just a stupid crash in Belgium. A little downhill. Nothing technical.
Not in a race?
Not in a race. Just something really... I think it was before the PTO race in Daytona.
Okay.
1 month before. So I did also the PTO race with a cracked elbow and all the things. Because yeah, there is back again one big race in the world. So I wanted to do that one. But the problem is I didn't give my body the time to recover. And I went from injury to injury. Then I was fit, but then it was mentally just like, oh, I'm not getting the level from 2019 again.
Right.
But now I'm back on the level that my body is 100%. Mentally, I'm back like what I want to be. But also like there is more structure in my head. Like this is only triathlon. For me, it was a long time that I was thinking like the only thing I can do is triathlon.
You thought that was you.
Yeah,
that was your identity.
I'm not a teacher anymore. I'm not the guy who's going to school and where all the kids are coming. I'm Mr. Pieter. I was only the triathlete who went to the pool, who went biking, who went running. I came home and it was like, oh.
Who am I?
Who am I? And now I know back who I am. I am Pieter, I'm a triathlete, but I'm also like a father. I have got two cool dogs. I go back to the school. I do like now every week like 1 hour school athletics for the kids from our neighborhood.
Yes.
So I'm back like I know what I'm not only the triathlete.
You're comfortable with yourself.
Yeah, I'm back like I know what I can and I know who I am and I'm happy with it.
That is very cool. Yeah, because it's funny. I was looking. I made myself a note. I was like, wait, there's 4
It's not a mistake.
DNFs. Like, how many DNFs we got here? Ironman
Too much.
Hawaii.
Yeah.
Now, have you finished? Well, no, CEO in 2022, you did.
Injury in Kona, I had injury.
Yeah, I was going to say, but the World Championship, you're 19th in St. George.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And then you had, 1 through 4 DNFs there. And
A lot of did not finishes. So, yeah.
So was it one of those things where you go, okay, I can't go on, and you drop out, and then later feel guilty that you dropped out?
You feel guilty, and then the mistake you make is like, oh, but in 2 weeks there's a new race, and you go to the race, and what do? That race?
You drop out again.
Yes, and then you learn how to do it.
It becomes easier.
Yes, but now it's back. Like I learned to enjoy every race, and you have to accept also that not every day is your day.
Right.
But you still have to go 100% because you never know what's going to happen during the race.
Right.
And that brought like some good results already this year. So
yes, no, you've had a great start to your season. And what's the rest of your season? What will you be doing? The PTO events in August?
Normally the 2 PTO events are already scheduled.
Yes.
And then of course World Championship in Nice. That's my main goals.
So will you go to Finland or
no
you'll
Finland.
focus on
Nice.
On
Nice.
On Nice. Very cool. Now is that a good course for you, the Nice course?
I'm very good uphill, but not so good downhill.
Okay.
But that's something you also can learn, and we have to be honest. I think the World Championship 70.3 was already there like 4 years ago.
Yep.
Then there were not like the disc brake things on the bikes and all the things. So now the bikes are also much better. So I'm looking forward to that race also.
Do you see the sport growing in Belgium?
Yes. We see it growing also because you see a lot of more youth clubs who start to do the sport. But also we've got like last week there was one famous YouTube guy, Average Rob in Belgium. I think he's got maybe 1 million followers on Instagram or something.
So,
And he did an Ironman in 6 months' time. In preparation, he worked together with Luc and Frederik van Lierde to do it. But he did it with his brother, and they finished the race. And so you see
that's huge for the sport.
Yeah, it's huge for the sport, and that everybody sees now. Those 2 guys, they didn't have a triathlon background, and they did an Ironman in 6 months' time. So people now saw also it's like.
Wait a second, you can do it. Anybody can do it.
You can do it. Okay, you have to train for it, and you have to have they worked with a trainer, they worked with a.
Nutrition. Yes.
They did all the things
they did everything right.
Yeah, and they showed it also okay, look, this is how you can do it in 6 months' time, and that's good for the sport.
Well, and it's sort of like when Sebastian Bellen from Belgium did Ironman a couple years ago.
Yes.
He's a basketball player who was blown up at Brussels airport.
Yes.
Had big holes in his legs and wanted to do an Ironman.
And he did it.
Yeah, went to Kona and finished just last year, 2022, finished the Ironman World Championship.
Crazy. So he did it, and it was a really nice documentary, and also in Belgium that we can see on the national television. And because you now can see that the sport is like everybody can do it. And
right.
Yeah, that's what we like.
So you're back at a point where you're enjoying the sport, enjoying the training.
Yes, and being part of it, like also here. It was like, oh, I'm back in Roth. And you see all the good guys, and also the connection here with all the age group athletes.
Yes.
It's cool. This is like really a city that lives triathlon, and it's also always special to be part of it.
Very special to be part of it. And what does it feel like when you run into this stadium?
I was here 2 years ago. Not my best race, but this is crazy. Yeah, but 2 years ago it was the COVID edition with less people who could start a race.
Right, 2021.
And now I think it's
so you got 19th or something. Yeah.
But I think I did that race 2 weeks after Ironman Frankfurt.
So
I was used to full distance racing on that moment. Now I know what my body can do. This stadium is pretty cool, and I can't wait till Sunday evening. I think when it's dark, it will be special.
Do you see yourself as more of a full Ironman guy or the 70.3 distance? What do you like better?
Depending the day.
Depending on the day.
Yeah, it's like Hamburg. I didn't do a proper full Ironman preparation this year. We did it more like we're gonna see every race how it's going, and then we're gonna see what we are going to do. I love to do half distance races, but I also love to do the full distance races. But at the end, I just want to race the best athletes.
Yes.
And now we have got the chance to races like this one or the PTO races. that's a cool thing now. We got like so
many
high level,
opportunities. Yes.
high level races and that's something that I like.
So in Hamburg, when you have that horrific motorcycle accident, did you have a sense of what was happening?
Yes, I was, I think, 30 or 40 meters behind the accident. So,
oh my God!
Yeah, the whole leading group was with the accident. So, yeah, it's not something
how
that.
How hard was it to keep going?
It was strange because now it's it passed already 3 weeks ago. The thing is, like, you talked a lot about it with a lot of people. Yeah, the first thing people ask you when you're back home, like, yeah, where were you when the accident happened? Yeah, and then you say like, yeah.
Right there,
30 meters behind it. Then yeah, you learn how more you talk about it, how easier it is to place it.
Yes.
Because yeah, I really have to be honest. The first week when I went back outside on the bike and you come on the road and you see a moto, yeah, there's coming a flashback in your head like, oh,
stay away from
careful.
that. Yeah.
But yeah, it's something that I talked a lot about it with other people, with my mental coach. So I could place it, but yeah, it's not something that I want to see again or hear again because it's crazy.
Awesome, crazy.
Yeah.
Have a great race on Sunday, Peter. It's such a pleasure to get to spend some time with you.
Yes, and nice to see you in Europe.
It's
and I
nice
heard
to be
you
maybe
next time.
Yeah, hopefully we'll be back. I like it.
Yeah.
Pieter Heemeryck has been our guest. Everybody, again, Breakfast with Bob from Challenge Roth. We will be right